Welcome, 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 family. It's 8 o'clock. Guess where you're at? It's time to talk. We are here once again. I want to give a big special shout out to Cal Zura for sponsoring us and getting us here in this space again. You know, every week I shout out Cal Zura and having them as our sponsor and bringing us into this space where we can share with each other. But today, I did something even more special than that. I brought Cal Zero to you. Yes, you heard me right. I brought Cal Zero to you. I wanted you to hear firsthand from them what it means to treat your feet, what it means to have a shoe that could be thermally disinfected. So I brought none other than my good friend Jennifer Wynn to the platform. Yes, you heard me right. Jennifer Wynn is here herself. I'd like to give a warm welcome to Jennifer Wynn.
Hey, hi, Kenneth.
Hey, Jennifer, how are you?
Good, good. Happy to be here with you.
So, for everybody who doesn't know who you are, could you please introduce yourself to the world? Finally, they get to see Cal Zura for themselves.
Oh, yes. Well, Calzuro has been treating feet since 1987 in the U.S. And we're excited because Sterile Processing is paying attention to us. It's a great brand to just be on your feet all day long. The podiatrist recommends the anatomically correct that the shoes are created for, so your feet are parallel with the floor. It's lower back, less fatigue. Real
Yes.
important about your day for your health and treating your feet. So we are excited. We've been connected with Kenneth for since the San Antonio.
Yes, yes.
And we met at the HSP, and we just really think that everyone in sterile processing, everyone in all the healthcare professionals, they've been wearing them a long time, but there's a new buzz, so we're
Right.
excited. Yeah,
So,
they could be
I know,
washed.
so yeah, I know that there's a big excitement around. I know you've talked to a lot of colleagues of mine, and the word is getting out. What
Mhm.
does this mean when we can say we thermally disinfect? So yeah,
Yeah.
just now with the new excitement, we can put it in. We got it put in our one source, so people can
Right,
go and look it up and they can see for
it's
themselves
there.
what that means.
It,
So how excited were you when you learned that we got it put into the one source?
oh, just meant the world to the brand and to our company. Because when someone wants to have their footwear sterilized and have less contamination for where they go when they go home, or if they leave it, they come back and it's clean. All you have to do is put in Calzuro and it's there.
Right. And I know there's a lot of buzz. Being behind the scenes, I got to get some firsthand information. I heard about this new shoe that everybody's talking about. What is okay? Before I spill the beans on the new shoe, let's
Yeah,
talk about some of the other shoes. You have the classic and you
right,
have things of that nature. So
right.
explain the difference between the shoes that you actually have.
Okay, so we have we had two styles that would be great for professional healthcare. Um, One, the classic, which is right behind Kenneth there, and that those shoes can be decontaminated. They can be in the sterile washers. They can be sterile autoclave.
Okay.
That's the only shoe at the temperature of 273 that
Okay.
is manufactured that can be sterilized. The light is an EVA material and it can be machine washed and bleached.
Okay.
So some people, different feet, right? All feet are different. All brands fit feet different. So if the brand is great for you, which is a medium width on both of those shoes, um, it could be a great fit. The Calzero Classic that Kenneth has, the pistachio green hot new color, it has a white heel strap. So you can mix and match your heel straps if you want to pop your shoes for your uniform. But some people want that secure back. And but our new shoe, the Rebel, has a permanent T-strap. So very exciting that this people have been asking for Calzero to have that and it just be a fixture.
Right.
So we've got the shoe, we've got it treating their feet and their lower back for less fatigue and can be washed.
So yes, so everybody is paying attention, everybody's watching. So yes, we have the classic, which was the original shoe, as everybody see, say the design, and you can see the difference in the two. We have the classic, and she's holding the Rebel. So you do have a choice of two styles to choose from.
That can be sterilized.
That can be sterilized, thermally disinfected. You can put it in your washer, and you can sterilize it. So you do have your choice of shoe.
Right. And on the classic, some people found it being a medium width, it was not wide enough.
Right.
So that's the reason that the Rebel was made, because it has a definite wider footbed.
Okay.
And what's exciting about that is that there's room in there. You know, we all know by the end of the day, right? Our feet are a different size. And so that's real beneficial. You can put the comfort insoles inside, but everything is washable, sterilizable, even the comfort insoles, whether you wear them in the classic or the Rebel.
So, and saying that, I say, for everybody listening, I've talked to Jennifer, and what we decided, since you have an upcoming sterile processing week, this is what we're going to do for everybody.
Yeah.
If you drop your name in the comments, you go to our page, you can go to Knowledge and Nonsense page. If you leave your name in the comments, you can send me a message. If you leave your name, what we're going to do is on our show next week for sterile processing week, we're going to take all the names that are collected between now and next week, and we're going to draw. And the winner of that drawing will get a gift certificate for $150. That $150 can go toward a classic. You can get a choice of the Rebel. You can get anything from the Calzero website and purchase a pair of the Calzero shoes. You yourself can treat your feet. We were so excited when we came up with the idea of what can we do for sterile processing, for sterile processing week, and work together to help out the employees. So me and Jennifer got together, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to treat your feet. So all we need is for you to take a second of your time, drop your name in the comments, go to the Facebook page, go to the web, go to the LinkedIn page, go to YouTube as you're watching this, and drop your name in the comments and be entered immediately into the drawing to get yourself a gift certificate toward a pair of these new shoes. Casey saying hi. Hi, Casey. Glad you could join us tonight. But we're talking about treating your feet, making sure that you have the best footwear available for sterile processing techs. Jennifer, we're excited about the new shoe. And if I'm not mistaken, that just came out this week, right?
This week, October 3rd for the U.S. Yep.
So, I mean, we're brand new, hitting into the market this week. We're here to offer it to everybody.
Yeah. 6 colors for the Rebel. Of course, they're two-tone, so lots of fun. And I can show you, I think that's going to show up, but that gives you some ideas. And then a metallic gray look in the bottom color is going to be black. So that's really fun.
6 different colors? You said 6 different colors.
It will be 6 total. The gray is not shown there because it's coming.
Okay.
But right now we're selling these colors. And then, of course, the classic has 17 colors. Doesn't matter what color you wear. Just treat your feet.
Just treat your feet. Wait, Jennifer, I'm getting something here. Hold on. Breaking news. Okay, I've just heard it from the bosses. I've just heard it. Jennifer, they're giving us another $150 gift certificate. So look at that. For sterile processing week, we now have $250 gift certificates to give away to treat your feet. All they need to do is leave their name in the comments. We're going to have a live drawing for sterile processing week. You can get yourself a pair of Calzero shoes. It's the Rebel. You get the classic. It's your choice. Choice of color, choice of style. It's on you. We would like to thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Everything that you've done for us. Ever
know.
since we saw you at conference, we've seen that everybody's taken a liking to the shoe. We've
Yeah.
seen the different platforms, and we've seen the advertisements out there, and it's definitely taken off. And yes, definitely, we
And
appreciate everything.
you're welcome, and we're happy to have all of you. Of course, that has some tread that's been used on the bottom, but slip resistant, certified slip resistant, huge. Um, just can't say enough about them because once someone learns of the brand, they know that they're really benefited for their health.
Right,
Mhm.
and we
And,
like that.
and their loved ones, because no one wants to bring this home.
Right, and like I
So
said, with it being
they can leave them in the garage. They can put them in a bucket of bleach. They can walk from the garage to the wash machine, drop them in with towels, jeans. Many of the washers have sterilizers on them now.
right.
So if they're not sending them to the department, they're working with bleach at home. Um, if the shoe fits, you get to wear it.
I like that.
And
I like
and
that.
that 150 goes a long way for the winter
Oh
because
yeah.
you can still use your coupon that you're talking about for the classic. And then the Rebel is $124.99.
Okay, so the price point does fit for the coupon, so you're not
Yep,
gonna come out of pocket anything if you win the
right,
coupon.
right.
Okay,
Unless you
so
wanna buy
that's a good
2
thing.
pairs and with
Unless
the
you want to buy two
coupon.
pairs, so yeah, we like that. So again, several ways you can win. Put your
And the
name in the comments.
Mhm.
You can send us a private message on the page. Go share the video, share this video with your friends. As long as we see their names from now to next Thursday, they go back and they can comment on the video. They can send us a private message. They can go to the Calzuro site. They can, as long as we see their name, hey, as a matter of fact, you say your name and hashtag time to talk, and we know that you've
You
been
know,
on the, we know that you've seen the presentation, you were present, you want to treat your feet, get into the drawing. That's the main thing. We need you to be present in the drawing to win the gift certificates. Again, we're giving out two. We're
right.
giving out two. Jennifer,
And
we're
if
gonna
you're
take a go ahead.
I was just gonna add, if you're not a winner, shop calzuro.com, and there's lots of ways for a comfort club to earn free shipping. And you can still use your coupon for the classic for $17.99 off. Those run $106.99. So compared to tennis shoes, compared to shoes that don't keep your feet dry, it's worth the try.
Hey, yeah, and I have the code for if you don't win the coupon, there's always the code time to talk. And like you said, you get that $17.99 off. So several ways we can get you a pair of these shoes in your hands. Definitely. Jennifer, we're gonna go to a quick commercial
Sure.
and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back. Again, I'd like to thank Calzura for coming in and at least showing us that we matter, giving us a chance to get your hands on the new Calzura Rebel, and just being present with us today as we head into Sterile Processing Week. Um, Jennifer, thank you for allowing us a chance to know a little bit more about
Mhm.
Calzura,
Mhm.
letting us see the new shoe before
Yeah.
we get a chance to buy it. I'm excited. I can't wait for to get my pair, show it with the team, get orders in so people can know what that comfort feels like and truly being able to treat their feet. I
Yeah.
know that since you've got more engaged with the sterile processing community,
Mhm.
it's been I know an absolute joy for you to even talk to different leaders around the country. And what's that reception been like?
Very good. I mean, people are saying, "Oh yeah, I've seen them. Saw the crazy colors, I saw, but I didn't really know until I touched them. I felt them, really got my foot into them, and they're light to wear. The style light is lighter because it's an EVA material. It's not the sterilizable material, but
Right.
they look like they're heavier than what they feel.
Okay.
So that feels good to people. They don't want to wear a heavy shoe, and they're just excited about the benefits of being able to clean them. Just
Now, if I
keep
may
them
ask,
clean.
just based on what you said right there, if I may ask, and coming up with the concept of this shoe, and we're talking about helping in this field or the healthcare, what made you think of, or what made the idea of what let's make this shoe sterilizable. Let's make this shoe thermally disinfectable. What was the process behind that?
The thought process in Italy from Gianfranco Bedoya in 1983 was he's a true scientist, and he's an inventor, and he knew that there was a shoe in Germany that had the benefits of being able to breathe at the bottom, keep your feet dry, to have good posture while you're working. He knew that it had all those benefits, but he wanted to make it one step better and make sure that the hospitals could keep things clean and be sterile and be able to have Italy served for their surgeons. And so the manufacturing is in Italy. It's always been in Italy. Nothing's ever changed. And he had a mission for surgeons. And his daughter is in the company now. And so they've been at it since 1983, and they met Terry Wynn in 1987. And so we've been carrying them in the USA since. And basically, he knew the importance of the contamination back in the 80s. I mean, that was before OSHA. He started with more ventilation holes on the top, and still today, his daughter Roberta wanted to create something that was a little bit more stylish, something that looked a little bit more sport minded because that's what people like, and be able to still have the same material.
Okay.
And I will tell you, in Italy, they don't wear their own shoes in the hospitals. So they go to work and they scrub and they put their uniforms on and they pick a pair from the sterile processing department to wear all day. Before they go home, they drop them off. So, now being able to have an athletic look is, style. We've
Right.
always said the Calzero might not be fashionable, but I will tell you, on the West Coast in New York City, we have clothing and shoe stores buying them, and people are wearing them for style. And the medical people are able to walk in those stores. We have 8 retail stores, but calzero.com ships everything to the retail stores. We ship them to our customers who buy on calzero.com. So Gianfranco, he's a genius. He's a wonderful man. And his mission was about contamination. He knew.
So not only make it a shoe that's safe for hospitals, but they make it convenient that you can wear it as a regular everyday
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So
Ingenious.
a lot of people go from wearing the shoes at work, and when they need a new pair, then they wear them on the streets.
Right, right,
That's
right, right.
that's a pattern I see a lot. I wear them on the streets. I wear them for standing at my desk. I wear them been wearing them since 1987. So
Okay. Again,
that's
Jennifer.
dating me a little bit.
I know, right? I don't want to say too much about how long you've been wearing them yet. So again, we just appreciate, it's something in a space that a lot of people don't talk about as
Yeah.
far as like your shoes. And as far as I can remember being, growing up in sterile processing has always
Yeah.
been having that dedicated pair of shoes, having a dedicated pair of shoes. And, not everybody can, have the dedicated pair of shoes, hence having the shoe covers. This
Right.
gives us that pair of shoes that you can leave at work and
Mhm.
thoroughly disinfect and sterilize, which takes it above and beyond. And
Right.
it's like putting on a clean new pair of shoes every time. So to have something in this genre actually makes it a lot better for the tech, and it's comfortable. The comfortability of them actually, like you said, gives you wonders on your back, and when you're standing on your feet all day, it is definitely a treat to your feet. And we at work, you know, the partnership that we created by outfitting my whole team,
Mhm.
they can't say enough about them. They are above and beyond in love with them. And like I said, once I broke the news that a new pair came out, it was like the mad scrabble to the computer to see what they look like. Can we get our hands on those? And I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
hey, you got to buy those. If you want a pair, yeah, definitely use Time to Talk as the code, and let's
That's
get you
right.
a pair of those. But
Right.
the buzz around them, the OR seen my team in them, so now they're interested in getting them, and
Mhm.
they went to their bosses like, hey, why don't we have a pair? And
Mhm.
again, it spreads that kind of camaraderie, like, hey, let's do something for our department, and other directors are asking about them. So it is definitely something that I think is well needed in this
Mhm.
space,
Yeah.
because we are on our feet a lot, and that's part of, like, what my show tonight is about. How do you show up for your team?
Yeah.
This is one of those ways. This is
Less
one of those ways
fatigue
where
with
you can
wearing them.
show. And then I said, yes, we had the fatigue mats and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but if you can give them that extra layer
Yeah.
of just even the common shoe, and like you said, you have the insole, you have the beaded studs inside that's like a massage every time
Yeah.
you walk.
It's
So
really healthy for your circulation for your legs, for those massaging bumps. And
right,
the day that we heard from Kenneth, we knew we had good marketing going on, because I
right,
think you just Googled the magic word about sterilization and we came up, and you contacted us on an email, and we said, he's from Sterile Processing. Oh boy, we want to meet him. We want to talk to him. And how perfect that, during the pandemic, we didn't get to go to the prior meeting that was in Columbus, but we were ready, signed up to go to find you all, and have been working on that for a long time. So my husband Terry Wynn and I were very impressed with the meeting in San Antonio. Great group of people, just anybody that we met, anybody that we talked to, just a good group of people who are doing nothing but trying to keep all of us safe that have to be provided
right,
for in the hospitals, our relatives, our close friends. And there's a lot to be said of all the things that sterile processing people are doing for certification and working hard. And this podcast that I've been, involved with, it impresses me that, there's nothing but reaching the next level for each one of you.
right. And thank you.
Mm.
And that's what it's all about. Like I said, I decided to do this topic leading into Sterile Processing Week because it's these little things like this that
Mhm.
get you, you know, keep the staff engaged and keep the
Yeah,
staff happy. And it's something
sure.
simple as foot gear.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
you're showing that you're invested in their time by them standing on their feet all day. And normally I wouldn't endorse products, but after putting one on and feeling the way that it feels and actually wearing it and having them try them and wearing them and seeing the reaction
Yeah.
of, oh, I didn't know a shoe can make that much difference, is definitely something that I've, as I've taken you around the conference and introduced you to people, is
Oh, and you
definitely
did.
something that definitely
Mhm.
something that we can, say as from a sterile processing standpoint. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It definitely works, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for it.
Hey, you're welcome. We appreciate each one of you keeping us safe.
Well, Jennifer, I do thank you for taking some time to definitely talk to us and um, share the knowledge with us. Again, I can't speak enough about the quality of the shoe. I can't speak enough about the gift certificates. You giving back to
Oh,
us.
yeah, we're
You giving
excited.
back to us and helping us, celebrate our week.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, it's going to be a great success. I think everything is definitely trending in the right direction. I look forward to more ventures with you.
Yes.
I do know that if I could say, you're
Yes.
planning on having a booth
We will be
next
there.
year.
Yep.
And I think you're
In
planning on having
May.
a booth next year. So yes,
May.
I think you're having a booth in Nashville,
Yep.
and
We'll
more
be there.
people will be able to see you in person. You're
Yeah,
gonna
they'll
have
be able to try
shoes
them on.
there.
Yeah, they'll be
You'll
able to
have
try
shoes
them
there.
on. Right. Yep. And we have with calzero.com, because you're shopping online, we do have a easy return policy for even exchanges. And if we find the shoe isn't a good fit, we don't want anyone to have it. I mean, they can give it to a friend, or they could, resell it to a friend. But if they need a refund within 30
Right.
days and they've tried the shoes on and they're not working, not wearing them to work, but they find out it's not a good fit. It's true. When I fit people, I'm sad to say sometimes it's not a good fit, but I'm not going to encourage you to buy that. So it's all about, it's a good fit. You get to wear
No.
it.
So that's what I say. And then that's good for people to know, because, like I said, if they do get the wrong size, and if I'm not mistaken, just based on all of the stuff that we talked about, it is based on European sizes, correct?
It is. And we have the guide on the website for the sizes that are comparable. My word. The US size versus the Italian size.
So if people send you in their regular size and they get a size back that is off based on US, the conversion, you're saying it now, they can send them back, get the right size, and it won't be no delay or hassles or anything like that.
30 days. Yep.
Okay. So you have a 30-day policy to send it back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Ms. Jennifer, I think you've answered a bunch of questions for people, and I think they got a really good understanding of the shoe itself, the return policy. If they do happen to get the wrong size, they know that the Rebel is out there.
Yeah.
I know that people will definitely see the Rebel. They gonna put their name into the comment section. Oh, more breaking news. Hold on. Sharon has come through in the comments, and Sharon is saying, you heard it here first. She said that she will sponsor a pair for anybody affected by the hurricane because they may have lost their shoes during the hurricane. That is called showing up for somebody that may be going through a time of need. That is definitely something that I know that people down there may have been going through, some tough times, and that is definitely showing up for people in a time of need. I applaud Sharon. But again, Sharon said she will sponsor a pair for anybody that was affected by the hurricane. So again, you know how to reach us out. Like I said, you can send us your name here. You can send us on the Facebook, the LinkedIn. Go through calzura.com. You can message me, message Sharon, let us know, the situation, and we're here for you as a team. Just definitely showing up for your staff, showing up for your team members, showing up for the sterile processing community. We are here, and we appreciate each and everybody that's in the sterile processing field. So
we sure do.
So Jennifer, again, I thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today, and I look forward to many more ventures and many more partnerships going forward. Thank you, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we're gonna go to commercial real quick, and we'll be right back with Time to Talk. Thank you, Jennifer.
We love Time to Talk. Bye.
Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Once again, big shout out to Kalzura for coming through and just letting us know, hey, we're here for you. Time to treat your feet. Time to treat your feet. Now, one question that we just, said Sharon so graciously, excuse me, Sharon so graciously is going to sponsor somebody who may have lost their shoes during a hurricane, and just that's just touching on so many levels because has anybody had to reach out to somebody who has gone through such a natural disaster like that? How do you show up for somebody who's gone through something so serious? As a leader, how do you have that tough conversation when somebody's going through a tough time? We show up. That's the key. You have to be there for your employees. I learned something from Sharon Green Goldman at this past conference, and she was talking about, you hear people say that they don't want to be a babysitter. Well, no, we have to listen to your staff. And this is one of those moments where you actually have to understand what they're going through. They just may want to talk. I guess when you have so many people, just an old additive that some people go through stuff, and when they come back to work, and everybody's like, "No, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Is everything okay?" Sometimes it's not okay to say, "Are you okay?" But in certain situations, you have to, pick your spots and, just try to be there for them if they need to talk and need that ear, but having the, compassion and, doing what we can as a community. And yes, there were a lot of our brothers and sisters that were down there and just being in those situations and knowing that they would be needing supplies, and knowing that, you know, some of us don't have stuff to give, but still being there for them emotionally and giving what you can give. That's how we as leaders show up for your staff. Being in that tough situation where they might have just lost everything. That's showing up for your staff. Not broadcasting it, but broadcasting it. As leadership teams recognizing when a staff is in need. But yeah, natural disaster, when it rolls through and everybody's in jeopardy of losing everything and they come back to work, they're trying to hold their head high, but there's everything's in shambles because it's a natural disaster. How do you cope with that? How do you help them cope with that? Yes, we can recommend the EAP. I know hospitals have programs in place that do help them, you know, try to get back on their feet. But it's easier said than done when you're the one that has to do the counseling and coaching and be a mentor and be there for them. All I'm asking is that look inside yourself to, just try to be the person that they need. That's how you show up for your staff. I wanted to talk about staff engagements and, getting ready for Sterile Processing Week. And, some of us are fortunate to be in areas that weren't affected. But when you have like the Hurricane Ians and you have staff that are trying to rebuild, it's kind of hard to be, over zealous and over, excited when you do know you have staff that probably just returned home today and the house isn't there anymore. And probably still have no lights and still have no water and stuff like that. How do we be there for them? Yes, you collect the donations and you do, all these wonderful things and you try to, ensure them and encourage, and it's kind of some of the same stuff that we'll do for our teams when we go back to our departments and we say, hey, let's plan this. We're trying to plan something for every day of the week to make sure that they know that we appreciate them and we're there for them. But what does that really look like? With all the rules and stringent stuff that is happening, and the reps can't bring in over this no more, and they can't do the big lavish lunches they used to do. So, what do you as a leader do in order to make sure that you're showing up there for your staff? We can type stuff in the comments and just say, what are some of the ideas that you have that you can show up for your staff in a way that lets them know that they're appreciated? And I know most staff, if you ask them, junior staff that is, if you ask them, what they would want to feel appreciated, the number one answer is more money. And we go back to every show that we've ever talked about, and we'll say, well, we can't do more money and all the time, but yes, a bonus here and there would be nice, but that's not the be all say all to fix every single problem. So what do we do as staff? What do we do as leadership to help staff understand that they are important? Do you have that board in your office that not just for corrective action or not just for every error that was made? Are you putting up kudos? Are you putting up employee of the weeks? Are you putting up the good just as well as the bad? Because we are visual learners. So we are visual people when it comes to learning and recognizing something. How are we showing them that, hey, it's not just bad, good stuff too? And like Sharon just said, it's like the hits just keep on coming sometimes. Like, yes, one thing after another, after another, after another. But when do you recognize the good? Do you take that break in there just to say, you know what, you're right. We do make sure, that we recognize and see the good in people, as well as, yes, as leaders, we do have to make sure that we do, recognize that, hey, this error did happen, but what about the good thing? One leader once told me, and I noticed in some bunch of leadership stuff that people talk about, they say, hey, you can do 9 good things all week, but that one bad thing, people are going to remember that the most. And why is that? Why do we focus more on that one bad thing than the 9 good things that happen all week? Yeah, Miss Jennifer came back and she had some stuff, she couldn't wait. She had to talk about some leadership stuff, so she had to talk about it. But Miss Jennifer, why is that? When we talk about, engaging staff, and, when we're talking about, showing up for your staff, and, that employee engagement, I know you have about, how many staff members do you have there, roughly?
We have 15.
So you
And
have
I like to talk,
to.
but I like to walk beside someone and be quiet at the same time.
So in those 15 people, if you had to, and this is hypothetical, if you had to do a survey right now,
Mhm.
and you were asking them, hey, what can I do right now to make you feel appreciated?
Mhm. Mhm.
What would be some of the answers you get?
That I would get. I would probably get that for me to be understanding when they need to take a break. And I'm there because life happens,
Right.
and I'll pick up the slack, showing them that either the team is going to pick up slack for them, or if I need to, happy to do that. I work beside our employees a lot, and I like to listen. Um, Not always, yes, we do give perks, but because we have a great team of employees. We are blessed beyond measure for the people who work for us.
I have
And
a I have a comment from Sharon here. She says she is in leadership, and she finds herself at a loss sometimes on how to encourage. When we get to from a leadership standpoint, and how do you, when you get to a point like that, what do you do? Like when you and like I said, it's what we were
you
talking
feel
about.
spent.
When you well, yeah, when you're at that point, how do you bring encouragement out of yourself sometimes if you gotta encourage somebody else?
Yeah,
And you just don't have it that day. How do
yeah,
you bring yourself to encourage when you don't even feel the excitement sometimes?
right. I fake it till I make it. And then I find in my heart, it really is where I'm coming from. It's just that I might have looked at myself and thought I'm tired too, but at the same time, that usually brings me strength from knowing that, first of all, I can't gain the strength on my own. And so I have to go for help for that, and that's to my maker. But real the real issue is just rise above it. And really it is about faking it till you make it, because I'm not being fake. I'm just pushing through. I'm persevering. And I think when I realize that I can make it, I can make it to the end of the day and find respite on my own, or even in 15 people, there's a lot of needs. There's a
Right,
lot of
right, right,
life
right.
that happens with people. So I just really try to listen. I try to watch, try to encourage the team. And like I said, we're just blessed beyond measure with our team. So they notice. So sometimes they see that maybe I'm spent, they're going to pick up the slack. So that's very helpful.
So does that only work when you have people who can recognize
Mm.
when you don't have it? Like,
No,
so,
I
oh,
uh, I think it can be catchy. I think it can be contagious.
but from a standpoint of if your team isn't, picking up on the vibe of you not having it,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
then somebody on the team doesn't step in and say, "Hey, she's not, that her normal chipper self,
mhm,
so we need to step it up and try to make her have a good day." If you don't have a team like that,
mhm,
or you have that one, and I hate to say it this way, but you have that one bad apple that
mhm,
stirs the pot real good,
mhm,
and the day still dragging on, you just don't have it,
mhm.
then it makes the department go down, because again, that one bad apple can't spoil the whole bunch.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you encourage through that?
Yeah. I a lot of times go to that person who's struggling and ask them to well, first I let them know I believe in them, which I do. Anything that I say comes from my heart. I believe in them, and give them encouragement that it's their turn. And that usually, oh, they know that somebody's looking for them to step up. And so that a lot of times that can help and work for the benefit of the team.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I mean, that's faking it till you make it. That's a good that's a good thing. I mean, definitely a good thing. But I mean, like,
But
from
it takes energy.
okay, yeah. So you're still back to the initial issue. You don't have it. You're spent. Your good vibes are out the window,
Yeah.
and you're still in a position of your leadership. So
Mhm.
the OR calls down. Just got a dirty tray, and you're spent. And the person that did the tray is nonchalant about it.
Mhm.
How do you encourage through that?
I'd probably look at it from the standpoint of there's a lot worse. And so I gotta step up to the plate, keep on going.
Okay.
Um, During the pandemic, I will tell you, during the pandemic, uh, Calzero was very popular. So we increased 5 employees. We worked 2 shifts, and we shipped shoes 7 days a week.
Okay.
And we were spent. We were really spent. And but I just found people throughout the group finding strengths at different times. And I'd like to think that Terry and I kept it rolling from the top.
Okay.
And people did notice that we were spent because they were going home and we were staying late. But it was worth it because people needed the shoes. And so we just pressed on, and it lasted 18 months. And we found that at that time, remember, our circles were very small. We weren't doing much once we went home. So we decided we just need to keep the doors open and just keep on helping people and shipping, and it's the you know we never had any pride about that catastrophe building the business. It was just we were ready to go because we had what people needed.
Right.
Mhm.
So would you say from a leadership standpoint, your energy's contagious? Like if you go in and you're upbeat and your team can see that you're spreading that joy and that excitement, does it resonate throughout the entire shift and you can see a positive change in the staff if they can see that you're raring to go and you're
Yeah,
excited about that day's work? Do you see it change the attitude of your staff?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I'm not saying that there hasn't been a good day for it, but I can say that in general, and that
Okay.
pretty much is what Terry and I hear about when people talk about their job. They say, "Yeah, we got to work," but at the same time, it's a it's a pleasant place to work, and that's not
Right.
tooting my own horn. That's just because of the people that we have working there. We're blessed beyond measure.
Okay. And I don't know. I know y'all kind of a different area, but if y'all were celebrating, like say a release of a shoe,
Mhm.
or y'all have like a week where y'all do stuff all week,
Yeah,
how do
we've
y'all
done.
prepare? How do y'all prepare for that week? How do y'all get ready for the
Yeah,
giveaways and if
yeah,
y'all bringing in food and stuff? How do you get prepared for a week of activities?
right. Week of Activities was a good example when we celebrated 35 years. And
Okay.
our marketing team had a lot of energy, and they came up with a lot of themes, a lot of excitement, and they were rolling every day.
Okay.
And so what we did was we put it in the budget, and at the same time, we knew that it was going to take a lot of energy. But I think we made sure that we had blackout dates, that people weren't gone, that people were working. We were having a sale. We were doing a giveaway. We had themes. We had birthday parties. We,
Right.
the staff surprised Terry and I, and they all dressed up in the 80s outfits, and they brought a potluck. And so we just kept cheering each other on, but at the same time, it was a lot of work. And so, I think just good preparation and planning and being able to stay on top of it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, like I said, it's one of those catch 22s
Yep.
because you want to be excited for all the good wins you get,
Mhm. Yep.
but you still have to address the
Right.
elephant in the room when it happens. You still have
Right.
to address
Right.
all of the things when they happen in
Yeah.
real time. Because if you go back a week later and try to talk about something that happened 2 weeks ago, it's like
Yeah.
you lost the attention span of whoever you had to talk to like in the first 5 minutes of the conversation
Right.
because yeah, you never go back and try to wait it out because you're never going to get back to it. So
Mhm.
I do appreciate that. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we try
that
to
from
address it and move on. And, we have a shipping error, and that affects our customer, and that we care about that a lot. We care about that a lot, and we will make it right for our customer if there is a shipping error. So I really encourage people. It happened. We need to move on, but before we move on, we're going to treat the customer complete customer satisfaction and try to get them to know how sincere we are.
okay.
Like when I missed your size on my message.
So yeah, I think that I think that yeah, from a leadership standpoint, I think we just all have our different methods,
Mhm.
but definitely approaching it from the same perspective.
Yeah.
Listening to the employee,
Mhm.
being present in the moment,
Mhm.
and addressing any concerns in the moment.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you go home and stew over something, that's not the right time to come back and try to address it because you're not speaking from a place of sincerity and, with heart and emotion that goes with the job itself. You
Mhm.
can't be mad at somebody and try to discipline because then it never fits whatever happened.
Right. Right.
Um,
And
listening.
you have a lot of experience in that.
So, and then thank you so much. And then listening to them, getting an understanding of why stuff happens is also the other part. Actually listening to the employee to get both sides if it's two people telling something, or if you notice your employee having a fall off in productivity, or having a fall off in this, that, and the third. Normally is uh, something that really happened, and having 15 people is kind of easier to to monitor than having 50 people. So it's a little bit
Oh,
different. So yeah, so I do
Mhm.
get that. So like
Different.
on a so like to just to try to wrap everything together, we're gonna go to commercial, and
Yeah.
then when we come back, I want to talk about one more moment. Go back to the shoes for a second. I want to talk about what is the best selling of your shoes.
Mhm. Mhm.
And since you handle a lot of the orders, what is
Yeah.
the best seller, and why do you think that's the best seller?
Got
So
it.
for people that are contemplating what shoe should I get,
Right.
why should I get this or that, I want you to, kind of give some insight on, the cheat sheet. What shoes selling? We can
I
try to
have
talk
it.
about it.
I
Okay,
have those
so
details.
so yeah, we're gonna go to commercial, and when we come back, we're gonna, talk a little bit more about the shoes before we head out.
Okay.
Again, special, definitely special thanks to Calzura for being here in person. Miss Jennifer Wynn, definitely have some good conversation about leadership and different leadership things that goes with uh, approaching the employees as far as staff engagement and showing up for your employee in different situations. So we were just talking about the shoe itself, and what is the best seller of the
Mhm.
shoes, as far as if you're talking right now. I know the Rebel would probably cheat its way into the top 10 when
Yeah,
people start seeing it,
it
but
will.
as of right now, what is the best shoe that's selling, and why?
Okay. Well, we can tell you that the dark colors are the top sellers for 50% of our orders. But then the other 50% are all the multiple color, like all the choices of colors. And so then that goes with seasons. So some people have mandatory, they have to wear black. Some people want metallic gray and metallic blue because it's pretty standard, and whatever scrub they wear looks good. So those are top sellers. But brown now is a top seller. We're the only Calzero distribution company in the world that's selling the brown. So that's kind of a fun thing. But having the complete package of the insole, the heel strap, and the classic makes a big difference.
Okay.
And you can buy them separately. You can buy the comfort insole separately. They're good for 50 washes.
Okay.
And so sometimes the treads on your heel, on the bottom of your shoes, these are my pairs, these are not new. They, you need another pair of insoles before the shoes wear out.
Okay.
The mileage of shoes makes a big difference on the slip resistance. So if you wear them 12-hour days, 3 days a week for shifts, all year long, your walking pattern may be wearing your treads down, but another pair, and use those to wash your car, etc. But this trio package, the insole, the heel strap, and the classic, people are always very satisfied. And if they're buying the shoe by itself, a lot of times then they're buying the comfort insole later. Some people don't want the comfort insole. It's personal preference. I wear them or I don't wear them. It's total personal preference. But the shoe is the protection. So
Okay.
that's the most important thing. Secure back with your strap. And that's an additional, this is additional with buying.
Okay.
The main thing about the shoes that have the no upper ventilation is more
Okay.
protection, but you can still wear, sorry, that's a dirty shoe. That hasn't gone in my washing machine. But upper ventilation holes was the first style that was made.
Okay.
Then OSHA came along and they started making without upper ventilation holes, but all have the lower. And see how the fluid will flow this way and your feet don't get wet from here. So 1/3 of our customers still order this. It's either a generational or it's the same people that started wearing them 30 years ago. And so 1/3 of our customers still do wear the upper ventilation. A lot of times they're wearing the shoe covers because they want much ventilation.
Right.
We know that places or feet get hot. The comfort insoles is also has a wicking material. So your feet don't get wet. So
Right.
wearing other shoes, we're a little drippy at the end of the day. So these can be washed, like I said, 50 times. Throw them in with your towels. They can be washed. They can be in the decon, and then they can go into the sterilization. It is a little bit of a different temperature. And so the One Source Doc is going to give you all that information for the IFUs. And the Rebels are getting registered on there for IFUs. And then our website has the IFUs now.
Okay.
For both
so just for everybody listening, I want to just make this announcement real quick.
Sure.
Miss Jennifer Wynn and Cal Zur have just blown my mind. She has so graciously said that for hurricane health workers, she just want to make sure that she is doing her part. She has over 100 pair of shoes for anybody down in Lee County that was affected by the hurricane. We want to make sure that you do have shoes to wear. You have the stuff that you need to wear to work. Just a monumental thing that she has. We can reach out and make sure we get you a pair of shoes for, just to make sure you have something comfortable on your feet. We would just definitely make sure that you have those shoes. Gracious, and definitely something well needed. Jennifer, we can't thank you enough for that. Yes. We'll definitely make sure we get you the names and a contact person so we can get those out to them in this time of need. There's one less thing they have on their plate that they have to worry about. Yeah. And we can't thank you enough for that, for looking out for the community in that aspect.
And I'll put a plug in. I'm not trying to show up Sharon because I loved her offer and it's what sparked me. Is we're always looking for missions. We're always looking, somebody's going on a mission trip. We have samples that they can take and leave in the third world countries where they're going. We really do have shoes to share. We just need to be correct. We just need to be connected with the right people. And talking to Sharon, I know that she can probably do that for us too. So I love that she's, going to sponsor a pair. But I just wanted to get that out there that we do have people that we would be able to help in Lee County.
Well, definitely, Miss Jennifer, I can't thank you enough for coming on and explaining the shoe for us, letting us see the new Rebel, letting people, get that people in time of need. We do have some shoes for them, graciously donated to you and from Calzura. And we will, like I said, definitely be reaching out for people and making sure that we can get these definitely good pair of shoes in their hand. We got to make sure that we do take care of the people. We got to treat their feet. No, treating their hands. Get them in their hands to treat their feet. We're definitely going to make sure that happens. And I can't wait till we can get that actually shipped out to them
Roll
and,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
make sure that they get taken care of.
Yep.
Again, I wanted just to leave with these parting words. Today we came in and, you know, we started off with, you know, Calzura, and we led into how do we show up for employees. And I think we just proved how you show up for employees in their time of need. Uh, Miss Jennifer stepped up and is going to get 100 pairs of shoes donated to the hurricane victims. In their time of need, one less thing for them to think about. We're going to help them in their time of need. That's how you show up for your employees. Hey, we're leading into Sterile Processing Week. I know there's many more things that can be done around the country and will be done. And hey, once you do those things and you get us some information on those things, we will broadcast. I know it's not done for the attention, but it's done for the employees, because what the employees do affects the patients. And we want to make sure that the employees know that we appreciate them and we're here for them and we will take care of them and make sure that, hey, everybody's safe at the end of the day. And that is why we are here. And I am Kenneth. This has been a time to talk, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And going forward, happy Sterile Processing Week. And
Yes.
we can't wait to talk to you next week. Jennifer, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to see you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everybody.
You're welcome. Good night.